I'm Lena Miculek with Shooters Global, and today we're going to talk about the Quadload. Just like that.
Brought to you by Shooters Global. We created the advanced training system and next-gen shot timers to help you progress faster.
Once you have your shotgun in a loading position, whether it be over your shoulder or under the arm, the Quadload really breaks down into three parts. Part one is the grab. We're looking for our hand to go up to the very top of our shell caddy, no matter the design. And we want our thumb to be placed on the second row of shells. When we remove them, our next focus is to make sure that we're using just the absolute tips of our fingers and we're not rolling these shells really deep into our hand, because then we can't keep our thumb position. So tips of the fingers. Once we're there, step two is lining them up with the gun. This is where I see the most mistakes made and what leads to shells on the ground and not in the gun. A lot of people come in at really harsh angles to the gun, but these shells have to go in a straight line into the mag tube. So we need to make sure we're coming in as flat to the gun as possible, not at an angle. Once we've done that, ready? We've got to roll our hand out, making sure the second set of shells is out of the way, keeping palm pressure on the gun. Keeping palm pressure on the gun. It's important. Now, the last part and the easiest, push forward. As you can see, my thumb doesn't break away from my palm when I push. I never want this second set of shells to cross back over my gun, because that's a sign that I'm loading improperly. We want them to travel in a straight line along the side of the receiver so that we can return back and go for our second set of shells. So once more, grab at the very top of the caddy, thumb on the back row of shells, tips of the fingers coming to our gun in a flat line, not breaking our shells. Once we line that up, maintaining palm pressure, rolling out our second set of shells, and pushing from the elbow. Make sense? You got it. And remember, quad loading is a bit of a juggling act. So what happens when you're learning to juggle? They're gonna hit the ground, and that's all right. It's part of the process, but commit to it, because it is proven to be the fastest means of loading shells by hand. I have my dry fire drill set up in my timer, and this is gonna pick up the fall of my hammer. So I'm gonna react off the buzzer to do the load, and then it'll stop, track my time once the hammer falls. So let's give that a go. We're gonna go from up on target